Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608. Today we are playing Starmade, and we are still in my research and development world in a new blank sector system, a void system. Anyway, we are going to start work on my Isanth killer. I want to build a heavy starfighter, and I could go back in my single player world and do this in the shipyard, but then testing it gets fuzzy. So I'm loaded up this empty world, and we're just going to build it here. We're going to call it a 608 HF01, HF standing for heavy fighter. Alright. And we're going to build us a fighter. Let's see. I want a chair there. This is going to be the cockpit. And I need to turn on some sort of symmetry. There. We're going to use the information we learned last time to do something useful. No, well, to design our heavy fighter, our Isanth killer, if you will. All right. Okay, you might be thinking that's kind of wide for a fighter. Yes, it is. Alright. Now, one thing we learned from the Isanths is they have vulnerable system computers and guts and all that good stuff. We don't want vulnerable system computers and guts and all that good stuff, so we temporarily replace that. We're going to slap down some of this advanced armor. I know this is going to be expensive, but I think it's going to be good in the long run. I'm just going to build us a, maybe not that much, build us a cage here. So that way, if something gets shot through the outer hull, doesn't, or has a less of a chance of hitting important stuff, which we're going to jam in here. Alright. And you think, well, what about the back end? Well, don't worry, I got that covered. Because we are going to put this here and put a wall here. Okay. There. So now I'll put my systems, my weapon systems in here. And radar jammer and all that jazz. I think that should be enough room for weapon systems and whatnot. It's not enough room for weapon systems and whatnot, is it? Okay. There. 3 tall, that should do it. Okay. So we have my my shielding done. I'm just going to do that because. So now if they penetrate the outer hull, they'll have this advanced armor to get through before they hit systems. Sort of like I learned that the chair worked in the Isanth, remember? And you shot through the glass easy, through the camera, was Bobby AI, all that stuff, just tore straight through it. Then you hit this advanced armor chair, so it was easier to dig in through the sides, the bottom, or the top of the Isanth to hit the weapon systems. So there we go. I have made a cage of sorts to keep my weapon systems in, so it won't do that. Okay. So let's throw some weapons in my weapon system. For my main gun, I'm going to put the main thing at the bottom, and we are going to unset symmetry because I don't want it here. So I have a cannon computer, a beam, and a piercing. No, I want the computer, not the effect. Link all those. Those are my main cannons. I'm going to have to set those up later. Or I'm going to set those up later. And I want a beam and a cannon. That's linked to that. And what else do I need in here? Do I want transporters? Faction. Oh, I want to throw a faction module on here. Throw it into that computer. And where's a radar jammer? Go. Faction module, nice there in the middle, and it is a module, not a permission block this time. I'm gonna spin the radar jammer so I can see it. Okay. Don't use cloakers. Jump drive computer. I need a jump drive computer. There we go. Come on, get to the hotbar. There you go. Good boy. And so all my important systems are going to go in here. I have a slot for another one. Okay. So as you can suspect, I'm having two main systems, my antimatter piercing beam cannons and my continual beam rays. I should probably, actually let me swap that, because I was thinking about adding anti-shield or ion. Is it ion that's... ion... That's overdrive. That's ion. Pull, push, stop. It's ion, I believe. Yeah, it's ion that hurts shields. So actually, let's throw that in there for right now, and link it there. And we'll figure out whether or not we really want that, or how much of that we really want later. Okay. Back to the ship itself. And take that out. And put that back. So I want room to walk around. Okay. And I did not turn symmetry back on. So let's turn symmetry back on and... Okay. Get to that. So here's light source. There we go. If you're having a hard time seeing when you're building, spin it around toward the light source. I have no clue. There's no star. Well, there is a star. No, there is no star. This is a void sector. But there's some sort of light source coming from that direction. Okay. And now, I don't want this thing to have a really large hitbox. Can I? Can I squeeze through a one wide? This is an experiment. I can. Okay. So in that case, that's as tall as you're going, or as wide as it's going. This way, anyway. I'm thinking about having some sort of wing come out this way, and attaching my piercing computer, or my piercing modules to the wing, and maybe having power and shields and whatnot come down, so it'll look like a beefed up wedge fighter. What do you think? Oh, I think that's a good idea. Alright, let's add some power. Let's see, how do I want to do power? I'm gonna do this main central, come on, work with me, not against me. There we go. I'm just gonna run it there, and I want a USD docker here, so I can just dock it to anything. And do we want the wedge to be going forward or backwards? The wedge is gonna start here. Okay. How much power am I getting? 5 grand a second, that's not real bad. And we're gonna slide these off to the side. That took me to 11,000 a second. I believe that's enough to at least begin to fire my main weapons. Let's see. Antimatter cannons. I want, what did I say, 10? We're going to actually go for 5 and 5. Now we're going to set it to 10. And beam, beam, beam. Who's got the beam? There's the beam. Beam and piercing effect modules. Okay. Now we're going to go in here, hit G. Grab that one and put it as number 1. And that takes out half the power, and I fully recharged by the time it comes back on. Oh, very good. 4 does nothing because I have no modules attached to it. Okay, so that's the bare minimum for power to fire the main weapons, which ain't bad. Okay, so we're going to throw a few power capacitors, and you want these to connect. You get bonuses for the connected ones. Okay. Or they bonus. We'll have to talk about power one day. Okay, and thruster modules. We're just going to run some thruster modules down the center shaft. Yes. Pillar, column, power column. There we go. I'm going to have to work on the thrusters. Okay. So there we have just a really basic, and I want to put on the damage beam modules for you. I'm thinking about having that come off the bottom of the ship. 10, and come on, there you go. And attaching it there with a 10. Now I put a, where's the ion? Pull ion. There. Did that change color? Yes, it did. I only want a 50% the ion effect. Beam computer is 2, and I can constantly fire that as my power will hold up. In fact, I can even constantly fire while the other's recharging. Very good, very good. Okay, so those are the weapon systems, and the power setup I have will handle that. That's good to know. I believe that's what let's see, let's actually save this as a 608 HF01 stage 1. Okay, and let's bring up a Nissan. Come on. There you go. Admin load that thing. And we're going to go into flight mode and target it. That isn't doing anything to the... There we go. Okay. That gets the shields out. And we try to line up a good shot, and we get out of build mode. I missed it, but it clearly has the power to punch through. Okay. Okay. Where am I? Ooh, yeah, I got it that time. Oh, good. I mean, much harder when these things are moving. This is why I'm doing this in a world, not in a shipyard mode, so I can actually make sure I get this stuff right. Okay. It's starting to look good. Sorta. Wonder if I need like an extra cannon module down here for when everything else is recharged. Nah, that's what that's for. Okay, that does 4 damage apiece. Maybe not. Anywho, I've been JW608, this has been Starmade, and I will dig you cats later as we continue to work on this heavy fighter.